All right, let's jump right in. For most of restaurant history, the menu has been, well, just a list of food on a piece of paper, right? But we're living in a time where tech is changing everything, so it's probably time we rethink that menu. Today, we're going to talk about how to turn that simple list into a seriously powerful tool for your business, one that can drive growth, gather data, and completely change how you connect with your customers.
So let me ask you a direct question. Is your menu an asset that's making you money, or is it actually a liability? Because let's be real, if you're still relying on paper, there's a very good chance you're leaving money on the table and you might not even know it. And this just lays it out perfectly. The difference is night and day. On one side, you've got the old way. What a headache. You're constantly paying for reprints, any simple update is a whole production, and you have absolutely no idea what your customers are actually looking at. It's totally static. But then you look at the digital side. Updates, they're instant. Insights from data, you've got them. A dynamic experience that can actually increase your revenue, for sure. It's kind of a no-brainer when you see it laid out like this. Now, let's get one thing straight. When I say digital menu, I am not just talking about scanning your paper menu and turning it into a PDF. That's not it. That's just a picture of your old menu. We're talking about a true leap forward, something way, way smarter. Just think about this nightmare scenario, especially if you're running more than one spot. You run out of an ingredient, you have to 86 an item. Or maybe you need to change a price. With paper menus, you're looking at a huge operational headache. You have to reprint everything, ship them out to all your locations. It costs a ton of money, takes forever, and honestly, it's just so incredibly wasteful. Now check this out. With a true digital system, that whole process just disappears. You log into one central place. You make the change one time. You click one button and bam, it's done. Your menu is instantly updated everywhere. No paper, no waiting, no waste. See, that's not just a convenience. That's a total game changer for how you run your business. And this is where it gets really fun and strategic. A PDF can't do this, but a real digital menu, oh, it lets you experiment. You can run A/B tests. You can try a different photo for the steak or a more enticing description for a cocktail and see what actually makes people spend more. You're not guessing anymore. You're using real hard data to boost your profits. Which brings us to probably the most powerful part of this whole thing, the data. Your menu is sitting on an absolute goldmine of customer information. You just need to know how to start digging. Let's use a number to really make this sink in. A pretty busy restaurant can easily see 10,000 guests in a single month. 10,000. With paper menus, that's 10,000 anonymous visits. But with a digital menu, that's 10,000 little data points, 10,000 chances to learn something. So what can you learn? Well, you can see what your most popular dishes really are. You can understand what people are looking for. You can pinpoint your busiest times down to the minute. You can even start to tell the difference between a first-time guest and a loyal regular. This isn't some fantasy stuff. This is what's possible right now. And this is where it gets really exciting. Picture this. Someone comes in, pulls up your menu, and spends a good 30 seconds looking at your signature burger, but they end up ordering something else. A week later, that same person is scrolling online, and what pops up? An ad for your exact burger, maybe with a 10% discount for delivery. That's how you turn a simple glance at your menu into a future sale. You know, I love this quote. It really says it all. Your customer data isn't just whispering little hints, it's screaming opportunities at you. You just need the right tool to be able to listen. But hey, this isn't all about back-end operations and analytics. Not at all. This is about creating a way better and more profitable experience for your actual guests. Let's take a look. Think about anyone who comes in with a dietary need. They usually have to ask the server a bunch of questions, the server has to run to the kitchen. It's a whole process. Now imagine they can just tap a filter. Show me gluten-free options. Show me what's vegan. They can instantly see what's safe for them to eat. That builds an incredible amount of trust and makes them feel taken care of. And what about upselling? Instead of relying on a busy server to remember every perfect pairing, the menu can do it for them. A guest chooses the flank steak, and a little suggestion pops up right there. Pairs beautifully with our Pinot Noir. It feels less like a pushy upsell and more like a helpful tip. And for you, it's a super simple way to increase that average check size automatically. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but does it actually work in the real world? Well, let's take a look at a case study from a hotel chain that really dove into this. So meet Citrus Hotel. It's a premium chain over in India. And they didn't just dip their toe in. They went all in. They rolled out a digital QR code menu system everywhere, in their dining rooms, for room service in all 34 guest rooms, and even in their conference halls. A complete transformation. So what did their food and beverage manager have to say about it? He pointed to two huge wins. First, quote, "Our time consumption is way down," which freed up his staff to focus on actually serving guests. And second, he said for today's customers, it's seen as something different. A modern, updated experience. I mean, the results really do speak for themselves. The staff saved a ton of time, which just made the whole operation run smoother. The guests loved the modern feel, and the whole thing was so successful that they're already planning to expand the system to their other properties. That's a massive vote of confidence.
So, as we wrap things up here, it's pretty obvious we need to start thinking about the menu in a completely new way. It's time to totally reimagine its role in your restaurant. The bottom line is this: your menu shouldn't be a passive list of items anymore. It needs to be the active, central hub of your entire business. It should be the engine that's driving your marketing, collecting your most valuable data, and powering how you engage with every single customer. So I'll leave you with one last question to think about. If your menu could actually have a direct, personalized conversation with every single person who walks through your door, what would you want it to say? The coolest part is, with the Rate digital tools, you don't have to just wonder about that anymore. You can actually find out.